World by the WBA. Please welcome from Sukadana, Indonesia, Daud Chino Jordan. And this bout is sanctioned by the WBA also. The president is Gilberto Mendoza. The supervisor will be Mariana Borisova. He's the former British, English, and WBA lightweight champion of the world, fighting out of right here in Manchester. Currently ranked number 4 in the world by the WBA. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony $1 Million Crolla. Anthony Crolla.
Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trimmed with yellow, officially weighing in at 9 stone, 8 pounds, 9 ounces. His professional record, 31 victories, including 13 wins by knockout, 6 defeats, and 1 draw. He's the former British and Commonwealth champion, former WBO Intercontinental champion, and former lightweight champion of the world, the fighting pride of Manchester, Anthony $1 Million Crolla. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white, red, and blue, officially weighing in at 9 stone, 8 pounds, 5 ounces. 17 victories, including 12 knockouts, from Kalimantan, Indonesia, the undefeated Daud Chino Jordan.
Encounter which doubles up as a world lightweight final eliminator as the WBA's number 2 Daud Jordan meets their number 4 former champion, of course, Anthony Crolla. It looks really enticing.
Ya, Mitra Ajib Arena, kita akan segera menyaksikan pertarungan akbar petinju Indonesia Daud Jordan yang akan meladeni petinju asal Inggris yaitu Anthony Crolla pada gelaran WBA final eliminator kelas ringan dunia di Manchester Arena. Pertarungan ini dilangsungkan pada 10 November 2018 yang lalu. Ini adalah merupakan partai tambahan untuk mega duel atau pertarungan akbar Tony Bellew vs Alexander Usyk.
And of course, Anthony Crolla, it looks really enticing. Clash of styles, could be high paced as well, Carl.
Yes, there was so much on the line, you expect a good performance.
Ya, diiringi lagu maju tak gentar kala itu Daud Jordan nampak penuh semangat naik ke atas ring dengan menggunakan jubah berwarna merah putih dalam duel yang berlangsung di Manchester Arena.
Jordan is very, very tough. Only been stopped once late on.
And he's boxed at a decent level. He landed a nice counter left hook as Crolla opened up, so he'll be wary of that now. I mean, Crolla,
saat berlangsungnya duel di ronde pertama, Daud Jordan mencoba untuk menahan pukulan dari Crolla dengan melakukan double cover di awal-awal ronde. Pukulan Crolla petinju asal Inggris ini lebih mengarah ke rusuk kiri, namun Daud Jordan petinju Indonesia masih cukup tenang untuk menahannya.
I'm a world champion after so many years of ups and downs and pain. But Jordan is very, very tough. Only been stopped once late on.
and he's boxed at a decent level. He landed a nice counter left hook as Crolla opened up, so he'll be wary of that now. I mean, Crolla.
Sejauh ini petinju berusia 31 tahun kala itu masih tampil disiplin dan akhirnya berhasil melayangkan pukulan keras di akhir ronde pertama.
The first round, I think he was just trying to see what Crolla brought to the table, what needed to be respected, and now he kind of feels like he has it figured out and he can, get aggressive based on what he sees from Crolla.
13 KOs on the Crolla slate we saw in these.
He landed a nice counter left hook as Crolla opened up, so he'll be wary of that now. I mean, Crolla, for most of the round, outworking him, but on the end of a good right, a good finish.
Ya, kali ini di ronde yang kedua, Daud Jordan mulai tampil agresif dan bertarung dari jarak yang rapat, hingga memaksa petinju asal Inggris ini tampil bertahan.
Crolla has tried that right uppercut a couple of times. He just got it in earlier this round.
And working better.
Well, he was starting just to get to grips with Crolla in the back 30 seconds of the first, and he's putting pressure on the Manchester boy.
The first part of the first round, I think he was just trying to see what Crolla brought to the table, what needed to be respected, and now he kind of feels like he has it.
Pertarungan berlangsung begitu ketat. Crolla masih sulit untuk menembus double cover yang dibangun oleh Daud Jordan. Ya, di akhir ronde kedua, jual beli pukulan pun terjadi di antara kedua petinju ini.
When I see him working away and on the end of shots. He's good for 12 rounds. He's got that fitness and durability, and he's a very well-seasoned professional.
He's 31 now, they both are. So not to 18 months for a world title, and the winner of this, well, should get Vasyl Lomachenko.
So he'll be happy to stay with, but I think the extra work of Yordan.
One apiece body. Leave it.
Di ronde yang ketiga, petinju Inggris tampil langsung menekan lawan, namun Daud Yordan masih dengan pertahanan yang rapih dan cukup baik dalam mengantisipasi pukulan. Kemudian pertarungan jarak rapat pun harus dilakukan oleh kedua petinju, hingga pada akhirnya wasit harus memperingatkan kedua petinju ini.
Finding the angles. Just might be a bit more versatile than Yordan, who...
You can't buy that, and you can't get that in sparring. And I think we'll just start to see that as this
football hierarchy at his fights. And he's in a real fight, although he's winning on our cards against Daud Yordan. This is top-level stuff, final eliminator for the world title. And Yordan will keep coming, keep hoping, hunting Crolla down. And this is better from the Indonesian.
Yes, good combination there from Yordan. Crolla answering straight back, which will, it won't spur on Yordan to do more, but it seems to be doing so. I mean, Crolla sitting back and sitting on the ropes and waiting far too long there for me.
Yeah, nice body shot went in from Yordan. Crolla utilising defence. He doesn't mind getting up close, does he, Paulie?
No, not at all.
This fight evolves.
Nah, di ronde yang keempat, jual beli pukulan dilakukan oleh keduanya. Di saat petinju Indonesia melemparkan pukulan, publik Inggris ini juga berupaya menurunkan mental dari Daud Yordan.
Stand out, or is he going to be a nearly man?
It certainly feels like it. But Anthony Crolla can exploit that. I mean, he's pushing him back on the ropes nicely here, Crolla, and Yordan sitting there taking far too many, looking for the counter. But Crolla quite clever with the head. We know he's got up close, we know he likes this, and Yordan would have seen this in the preparations watching.
Laga di ronde keempat ini terlihat keduanya tampil imbang. Nah, di ronde yang kelima, petinju tuan rumah melancarkan pukulan demi pukulan yang cukup bertenaga. Namun Daud Yordan masih mampu menahannya, sehingga pertarungan semakin seru hingga terdengarnya bunyi bel akhir ronde kelima. Di ronde yang keenam, kali ini Daud Yordan, petinju Indonesia yang berjuluk Cino tersebut, melakukan pukulan secara sporadis ke arah Crolla, hingga membuat petinju tuan rumah ini semakin kewalahan. Namun Crolla terus berusaha dengan melakukan rangkulan untuk membendung gempuran dari Daud Yordan.
It should be a good fight to watch and see how the tactics evolve in the fight.
Both very well schooled. Crolla starting off with body shots, and it was that left hand that left Darlis Perez unable to continue in the fifth round, which launched Crolla to become a world champion after so many years of ups and downs and pain. Daud Yordan hasn't had that ultimate accolade, but he has been on the road. He's put on really good performances, and many believe he should have won a world title at some point. Nice body work early, Carl, from Crolla.
Yes, good body work. Yordan sitting there with that tight guard, the vertical forearms, peekaboo type style. We see it a lot with the amateurs walking forward, and that opens up that area around the body, which Anthony Crolla is exploiting.
Di ronde yang ketujuh, pertarungan terus dengan jarak yang rapat hingga keduanya petinju harus kembali diperingatkan oleh wasit.
Crolla just with that added work rate, but Yordan blocking pretty much everything there. Mike Alexander saying watch the head, but there will be touch of gloves here. There's huge respect between the pair of them.
Gempuran Daud Yordan masih belum terlihat efektif nampaknya. Namun kendati demikian, Crolla juga tak bisa berbuat banyak dalam melakukan pukulan. Duel ini terus berlanjut hingga ronde ke-8.
On the paper and their past experience, so it should be a good fight to watch and see how the tactics evolve in the fight.
Both very well schooled. Crolla starting off with body shots, and it was that left hand that left Darlis Perez unable to continue in the fifth round, which launched Crolla to become a world champion.
Nah, di ronde ke-8 dan 9 ini Daud Yordan terus menjadi agresor dengan melakukan tekanan sembari melayangkan kombinasi pukulan Sementara Crolla, petinju dari Inggris, lebih banyak melakukan cleans.
They're all out tonight. All the sporting stars, the names from the different industries, the celebs, they want to be around Tony Bellew. He's got a magnetism, hasn't he? Anthony Crolla has got a cult-like hero status in Manchester. As I said, he'd fight Vasyl Lomachenko. Lomachenko got his own business against Jose Pedraza coming up December the 8th. Mikey Garcia, we believe, is going to go up and fight Errol Spence. Luke Campbell's in the mix, Robert Easter. It's a packed division as always. The lightweight boys, one of the great traditional weights.
Yes, frightening division when you look at the names, and you know these boys can mix it with them, but there seems to be that level, that gap that's hard to close at that top level in this division. But you do see that over the years change over the divisions. But
Division as always, the lightweight boys, one of the great traditional weights.
yes, frightening division when you look at the names.
Nah, di ronde ke-10 dan 11, Daud Yordan tampil dengan terus tak henti-hentinya merengsek masuk dengan selalu memberikan pukulan. Namun kelincahan lawan membuat serangan Daud Yordan tak terlihat efektif hingga memaksa pertarungan harus berlanjut ke ronde ke-12.
Which is, you know, it's glorious to watch. I mean, the boxing pros will watch this and enjoy it and appreciate what's going on. And that was a good uppercut there from Yordan. It was just hard.
But Yordan brings that consistency, but never changes the pace. So he's going to be the kind of guy who kind of is the gatekeeper of this world-class level, and he's always come up just short at that super elite level. But he's consistent and hard to stop and hard to take out of the fight. This is the kind of fight where Crolla may win it wide, but he's had to work every single round. It's not like he's had it easy at any point in the fight.
Well, that's why I say if Crolla was deteriorating at all, this is the kind of fight that would find him out. And he's doing well in this one, and he landed a couple of nice counter right hands there on his back foot, Crolla, so he's still thinking in there.
Yordan had a nice combination a few seconds ago. But again, you see, if he doesn't find that distance, he doesn't get off.
Di ronde yang terakhir ini terlihat Daud Yordan semakin beringas dengan menghujamkan sejumlah pukulan, sementara petinju tuan rumah ini hanya mampu bertahan dengan bersandar di ring.
The quality of this, and Daud Yordan really going for it in the 11th, and now Crolla comes back.
Hands with a modern great, and you know, nothing to be ashamed about. The second one was a bit wider.
Stamina petinju Inggris ini terlihat makin menurun, membuat Daud Yordan berupaya untuk menghujamkan pukulannya di menit-menit akhir ronde pamungkas. Praktis, di ronde ke-12 ini Daud Yordan mampu mendominasi jalannya laga.
Like Crolla, looks more tired than Yordan at this stage of the fight.
Yeah, hanging on, Anthony Crolla wants that final bell, gets it. He'll believe he's done enough.
Namun demikian, petinju Indonesia Daud Yordan ini dinyatakan kalah angka. Petinju tuan rumah ini menang secara mutlak dengan ketiga juri memberikan skor 116-112.
Steve Gray from Britain, and still Michael Buffer is alongside us.
You know, he got a fight against a guy I never heard of, and you never heard of from him after either. So it just depends. Sometimes you run into a champion that is more beatable, and sometimes you run into a champion that is elite. So